the SVDM designated marksman rifle. Starting off strong with a weapon that exists in this weird limbo between I'm a sniper and I'm an assault rifle, like that one friend who can't decide what to order at a restaurant. The SVDM is for players who looked at sniper rifles and thought, you know what? I want to ruin someone's day, but I also want to ruin it twice as fast. This thing two-taps people at ranges, where there are basically just pixels on your screen. You're not quite sniping, but you're definitely far enough away that they can't yell at you in proxy chat. What's hilarious is watching assault rifle users desperately trying to laser you back, while their bullets are doing the equivalent of a strongly worded letter. The skill floor is pretty high though, so if you can't click on heads, this gun will humble you faster than a 12-year-old in voice chat. But once you get good with it, you become that annoying person in the kill feed that everyone's suspicious of, but can't quite prove is cheating. The GRTBC Bullpup Carbine. Ah yes, the Bullpup Carbine, or as I like to call it, the gun that shouldn't work, but absolutely does. For those who don't know, bullpup designs are when gun manufacturers look at conventional rifles and say, what if we just moved everything backwards? And somehow it created this compact monster that handles like an SMG, but hits like an assault rifle. It's like driving a sports car that somehow also has the cargo space of an SUV. Doesn't make sense, doesn't have to. The mobility on this thing means you're zipping around corners like you've had 6 energy drinks, and enemies don't know whether you're running an SMG or a rifle until they're already respawning. The bullpup community is basically a cult at this point, and honestly, they might be onto something. This gun excels at making people in buildings regret their life choices, and question why they even bothered leaving spawn. The L110 light machine gun. Oh, the L110, the default LMG, the gun you start with. The weapon that made veterans realize that maybe, just maybe, the developers forgot to balance something. This is the participation trophy of Battlefield 6, except the trophy is a belt-fed monster that mows down enemies like grass. New players are picking this up on day 1 and accidentally going 30 and 5 because the gun does all the thinking for them. It's got the recoil of a Nerf gun and the damage output of a tactical airstrike. When you deploy that bipod, you're not just holding a position, you're basically installing a no entry sign that shoots back. The L110 has created this hilarious situation where level 5 players are outgunning level 50s, simply because they never felt the need to unlock anything else. Why would you? This thing is already perfect. The enemy team sees the L110 in the kill feed and goes, ah, the starter weapon. But their K/D ratio tells a very different, much sadder story. The M240L light machine gun. If the L110 is the friendly neighborhood LMG, the M240L is its older brother who just got out of prison. You unlock this beast through the Bullet Storm assignment, which is basically the game's way of saying, okay, you've proven you can handle responsibility. Here's a war crime in gun form. This thing hits harder than your mom's disappointment when you told her you were dropping out of college to become a pro gamer. The rate of fire is absolutely mental, and when you set up that bipod, you're not defending a position, you're claiming territory. Enemies see the tracers coming from your direction and just nope out of the entire grid square. The M240L turns you into a human turret, except turrets don't laugh maniacally every time they wipe a squad. The best part? Watching entire teams try to push your position like it's D-Day, except you're all of the machine gun nests combined. Set this bad boy up with a good angle and some ammo crates, and you've basically won the game. Your K/D goes up, your squad loves you, and the enemy team is filing a complaint with HR. The PW5A3 submachine gun. Welcome to the reason everyone suddenly remembered the engineer class exists. The PW5A3 is what happens when developers sit down and ask, how fast can we make a gunfire before it breaks the sound barrier? This SMG has a time to kill so fast that enemies die before the pain signals reach their brain. We're talking about biological warfare levels of speed here. Within 20 meters, this thing doesn't engage in gunfights. It engages in armed robbery. You're not giving enemies a chance to fight back. You're just taking their lives and their lunch money. The mobility is so cracked that you're playing a completely different game from everyone else. While they're playing Battlefield, you're playing Mirror's Edge with a bullet hose. The PW5A3 has created this new meta, where players are flanking so aggressively that enemies are getting shot from directions that shouldn't physically exist. How did he get behind us? Buddy, the PW5A3 user has been behind you the entire match. Geography is just a suggestion to them now. The AK-205 carbine. The AK-205 is for players who looked at the traditional spray and pray AK playstyle and thought, what if I actually aimed? This carbine is like if you took an AK-47, sent it to finishing school, and taught it manners. It's chambered in 5.45 by 39 millimeters, which is just Russian for, I want to hit things accurately, but still feel tactical. The recoil pattern is so predictable that you could program a robot to use it, except you don't need to because it practically aims itself. This is the weapon that turns decent players into gods and good players into something that should be reported to the Geneva Convention. The effective range is absolutely disrespectful for a carbine. You're challenging marksman rifles and winning, which should not be legal in most countries. Players with good aim are using this to perform acts of violence that philosophers will debate for centuries. It's not the fastest killing gun, but when every single bullet lands exactly where you want it, speed becomes irrelevant. The AK-205 is proof that accuracy beats fire rate, and also proof that some weapons just have better gaming chairs than others. The NVO-228E assault rifle. Let's talk about the NVO-228E, or as the community calls it, the crutch. This assault rifle has become so dominant that using anything else is basically a self-imposed challenge mode. It deals 33 damage per shot, fires at 654 rounds per minute, and has a control rating of 48, which in video game terms translates to, this gun came with aimbot installed at the factory. The versatility is absolutely bonkers. Close range, you compete. Mid-range, you dominate. Long range, you're making snipers uncomfortable. There is literally no situation where this gun is bad, which is exactly the problem, or the solution, depending on which end of it you're standing on. The NVO-228E is the weapon equivalent of that one kid in class who was good at everything and made everyone else feel inadequate. Sports, academics, dating, didn't matter. They excelled at all of it, except this time it's a gun. And instead of making you feel bad about your GPA, it's making you feel bad about your K/D ratio. Competitive players have essentially banned themselves from using other weapons, because why would you intentionally make your life harder? It's consistent, it's reliable, and it's absolutely everywhere. If you die in Battlefield 6, there's like a 60% chance this gun did it. The M4A1 carbine. The M4A1 carbine is what happens when someone at DICE woke up and chose violence. This thing fires at 900 rounds per minute. 900. That's not a fire rate, that's a wood chipper with a trigger. Out of the box, this gun has the accuracy of a drunk toddler throwing darts. But here's where it gets spicy. When you load it up with attachments, it transforms like a Decepticon into the most oppressive close to mid-range weapon in the entire game. The stripped stubby grip is expensive in the PIC 100 system, which is the game's way of saying, yes, we know this is broken, so we're making you work for it. Add a long suppressor so you can commit crimes off the radar. Slap on a 36-round magazine because 30 wasn't enough carnage. And congratulations, you've created a monster. The time to kill is so fast that kill cams don't even have time to load properly. Enemies are respawning before they understand what happened. I just spawned, walked around a corner, and died, is the M4A1 experience from the victim's perspective. Meanwhile, you're sliding around corners like this is Call of Duty and deleting entire squads before they can say, wait, is that legal? The M4A1 has fundamentally changed how people play this game. You either adapt to the M4A1 meta, or you spend your entire match staring at the respawn screen wondering where it all went wrong. The M87A1 pump action shotgun. And here it is, folks, the numero uno, the big kahuna. The weapon that's not just overpowered, it's so broken that the developers have publicly admitted they already fixed it in a different build, but just haven't pushed the patch yet. Let that sink in. They know it's a problem, they've fixed the problem, but we're all still suffering. The M87A, one pump action shotgun deals 100 damage per shell. 100. That's not a damage number, that's a threat. This shotgun doesn't just kill you, it sends you back to the main menu with a personal apology from the game engine. The pump action cycle means you're not spraying and praying, you're carefully and methodically choosing who gets to stop existing. And here's the absolute kicker that has the community in shambles. With slug ammunition, this shotgun becomes a pocket sniper rifle. People are landing one-shot kills at ranges that would make actual snipers file a restraining order. You're not clearing buildings with this thing, you're committing architectural restructuring. Every doorway, every corner, every objective point becomes your personal domain. Enemies know you're there. They can hear the pump. They can see their teammates disappearing from the squad list. But they have to push the objective anyway, and that's when you introduce them to all 100 points of damage directly to their chest. The M87A1 has caused more rage quits than server crashes and lag combined. People are straight up uninstalling and writing Steam reviews in all caps. The gun is so dominant that using it almost feels like cheating, but it's not. It's just hilariously, devastatingly, unapologetically overpowered. And there you have it. 9 weapons that are absolutely destroying the meta right now. If you've been getting clapped, it's not you, it's these guns. Go abuse them before the nerf hammer drops. Peace. Hit that like button and subscribe. Your K/D ratio will thank you.